Hello, I'm Magical Maiden. Welcome to another jewelry tutorial. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a necklace, and it requires 3 of these 2mm pendants. And I had gotten a kit. Now, some of you may have seen my larger ones that were quite substantial in size. These are 2mm. They're not very big. They come in a kit. There's 60 pieces. So there's 30 of the pendant trays and 30 of the glass cabochons. Now, before you do it, you should get like a Q-tip or a paper towel and some rubbing alcohol to clean them of any fingerprints. Okay, and we're going to be using clear nail polish and black nail polish, any kind. And another thing we're going to be using is nail art. Now, it's cello glitter in here, and then over here it's foils. Now, today in this project, I'm not going to use the foils, but I am going to use the cello glitter. They don't seem to make this one anymore, but I can get it in the nail art. So I'm just going to take some of this, and if the pieces and flakes are too big, be sure that you have a scissor nearby so you can trim it. So a few things you're going to need besides clear nail polish, the nail art, cello glitter. You're also going to need some toothpicks and some E6000 jewelry glue. Because in the end, once you've painted the cabochon and it dries, you're going to be gluing it. You're going to take a toothpick and put some E6000 glue on it and then affix it. But you have to wait till the cabochon is completely dry. I got my rubbing alcohol and I got all my belongings here. So today I'm going to be doing this color for a particular one. Now, another little tip with these, see if you're getting it, and they shimmer and glimmer. Another tip with these cabochon pendant trays, you can take your cutters and clip off this part and then make a ring if you glue it to a ring blank, and that'll make a nice ring. You just simply get this part and then it clips off nicely so that all you're left with is a ring, and it'll go on any finger. Get an adjustable ring blank, and some E6000 jewelry glue, and put it to the back, and you can do that as well. This is why I like these smaller ones. Okay, so I'm going to put this one out of the way since it's already done. It's getting ready for my next project, which is a necklace that requires 3 of these, the same color. Now, they're not going to come out the same all the time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure these are clean of my fingerprints. And you want to handle them from the side. So, taking a cloth, some rubbing alcohol, and before I start the project, I want to make sure it's dry. So you don't have to use a lot, very little. There we go. Get that out of the way. Make sure they're dry. Okay, now I'm going to position them, and I'm just going to get a little of the cello glitter out of the pot. And some of these pieces might be too big, in which case just make sure you have a scissor to trim some of them, okay? Which I have to go get. I know I have one here. So I have a smaller one, so I'm just going to trim some smaller pieces. Because you never know. Now, another thing you're going to need is your toothpick. you're going to need your toothpicks. So get a toothpick out. You can get two. Okay. Now I'm going to get the nail art and the cello glitter, not the foils. I'm going to get, there's a purple tot. I'm going to mix the two colors because it's good to have a contrast. Sometimes I can stick that in here later. It's a bit messy with that, but I can deal with it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some clear nail polish. And you can get one that's very liquidy. Not a thick one, because if you get a thick one, it turns yellow. And you don't want that. Get a very liquidy one. And then just hold it and put a light coat, but not too light, enough. We're going to do one first. Make sure you shut your lid on your nail polish. You want to take some of your cello glitter and just drizzle the pieces. You might want some bigger pieces. Okay, now with your toothpick, hold this and flatten it. And you don't have to cover the entire cabochon, just enough. If you have a stubborn one that won't lay flat, get it out of there and then get another piece. Usually, if you have some of the clear nail polish on the tip of your toothpick, it'll stick. And then just kind of lightly pat it and see, maybe I can have a few other little pieces. But you're going to want to leave some room. And think of how you're going to want. Do you want the edge completely bare? Do you want little pieces? Just move them about, play with it, and tap it and flatten it out. Okay. You can let that dry for a little bit. And before you put another coat of anything, you're going to want to take your clear and just lightly tap it. Go over it again. Now I have other videos showing how to do this. Now if what comes off or moves around, don't worry. We'll go back, take your toothpick, move everything where you want it again, flatten it down. Again, if you're having a piece that's not going to lay flat, I'd remove it now because it's going to cause you trouble later. Okay, so now let's leave that to dry and let's go on to the next one. Again, put a nice coat of clear. Hold it down on the sides. Try not to get any anywhere. You don't have to use a whole lot, but enough. Now, some people said you can use Mod Podge for this. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't dry, and then you end up having the white from the Mod Podge there. Trust me, I've tried that. So they work better this way. So forget about the Mod Podge idea. But if you do, if you're compelled to do it, you don't use a lot of Mod Podge. I'm going to just drizzle some of the finer pieces. Get the big ones out. Get the little tiny pieces. Sprinkle that about. They don't have to be exactly alike. And then you're just going to move it around. Flatten it around with your toothpick. So now I'm going to pat a little more clear nail polish onto this one. Just patting it to let it drip. Again, if any of these guys move, you can easily fix that. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry before I put my nail polish on it. I'm going to take them, put them somewhere to dry nicely. So once they're good and dry, you're going to take your nail polish of choice. Mine is black to get that look. You can use any color cello glitter, nail foil, and another day I'll show you some of those. But you can look at my jewelry tutorial playlist and scroll around where I show you how to paint glass cabochons using cello glitter and whatnot. Go ahead, take a look, and you will see how I did it. Now, very carefully holding it from the side, paint. Now, if you get any nail polish on the front, remember it's nail polish. So all you have to do is take a Q-tip and some nail polish remover, remove it, and then another Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol and wipe over that to get the residue of the nail polish remover and to give it a nice shine. And that's all you have to do. Now, we're going to give it another coat, but I'm just starting to. You want to make sure you get the edges. You can flip it over, see? So you want to wait till they dry all the way. I'm kind of not for doing this video's sake. But you want to wait till the clear nail polish dries before you put your color nail polish. And again, use any color you want, any color, cello glitter, cello foil, whatever. Because it's your choice. This is just, right now, my choice to go with the project that I am going to be doing once these are fully dry. You might not be happy with the way it looks. Let it dry a little, then when it's dry you can put a second coat on it. Okay, so I have the fan on to dry those a little fast before I put my second coat. So this is the idea of my necklace. So I'm going to have to attach that to the bottom part, would be a teardrop. Then this filigree centerpiece. Then I took some 14 gauge wire, or you can take any gauge you want, and I got some beads, and I did this. And so then I'm going to take the rest of these beads and do the same thing, but right here I'm going to put 2 of these and then continue the bead pattern with a little smaller center one to give it a different look. And then I'll go all the way around. Now you could do another string of beads right here and then also this way, but we have a lot going on here, so I'm just going to go around. So I'm going to be wiring these up while that other 2 cabochons dry, then I'll be giving them a second coat, and then you'll see the final product when I'm done. So you hear the fan in the background. What I did was I took a piece of 14 gauge wire, it could be 18, any gauge you prefer. I made a loop at the end. I put a black bead, a decorative shiny bead, another black bead. Now what I'm going to do is take my cutters and cut the excess so I can make a loop at the end. Then I take my round nose pliers, I push down on those, and I make a loop. Repeat that process because it'll just look like that, and then I'll keep doing that, and then when I get this I attach that here, get the other one, attach that there, then attach this 3 that I do next to the other side of that, and just keep going round. Okay, so here it is. You can see the different colors and the way it looks. It's better, it's really getting late now, so you can't see with the purple and green, but maybe now. Okay, so I have it in front of the window, and you can somewhat see how these glow. With that cello glitter. And then sometimes you could see the purple in it, and sometimes you could see the green. Here it is. Maybe I give you a better look at that. You could see the little bead at the end. Here it's under a lamp where you can see the glowing. And that's it. I just want you to see the different ways for it to light up. It's too bad that it got too dark out there, because in the sunlight this really looks good. So I'll try to give you another look. It's by the window. It's dusk. I can't really get a great view, but that's it. Something happened to my video and I lost the rest of it. So I didn't get to finish, but basically what you saw was just continuing those 3-piece beads all the way around till I got the length I wanted. Then I put a 6mm jump ring on one end, and on the other a 6mm jump ring and a clasp, and that's it. So easy to do, and it was fun, and it looks good on. I did have it on, but that video didn't make it. So maybe another day you'll see it on me, but right there, there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stick around and listen to the rest. I hope you like this tutorial, and remember to click the like button, and remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. And I will see you in my videos. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. And I will see you in my videos. Bye.